Welcome back to DK Sports Radio. You're listening to the Miller Lite Q&A podcast. I'm Chris Carter, NFL analyst here at DKPittsburghSports.com, joined by our Pitt beat writer, Matt Grubba. Matt, how you doing today, sir?
I am doing all right. Good to actually have a partner in here. They've had me recording the Pitt show flying solo in here, so I have somebody to talk to.
It is tough, man. It is tough. I've done a few of these Q&As. Welcome to is this your first Miller Lite Q&A?
This is my first, not my first Miller Lite, but definitely my first Q&A.
It's neither of our first Miller Lights. It's somewhere down the road. Okay, anyways, we're gonna answer some questions from you, the subscribers. We've been looking them up all the time, and we're taking two today. Matt, our Pitt guy, we're gonna lead off with a question that addresses you. This is from Florida Steeler, who asks, "Why the hell?" And he said, "Why the hell can't Pitt find a guy like Jay Wright?"
Well, that's very direct question, and you know what, Pitt's I feel like is trying to find a guy like Jay Wright because. I mean, as of right now, we're all thinking of Jay Wright, the coach who's back into his third Final Four this week, has a national championship under his belt.
Don't remind me.
But let's remember, Jay Wright, back in 2001, I think that was the same year I actually started college. He was a first year at Villanova coach. Mm-hmm. He was the young up-and-coming guy. He had spent I don't know how many, 6-7 years at Hofstra before that, was a former Villanova assistant from years ago under Raleigh Massimino. Mm-hmm. So at some point, every coach at a big program is going to be a young, new guy, that sort of thing. And I think that is the challenge Pitt's facing right now, is trying to identify that guy who, when they hire him, is going to be, if I'm not mistaken, when Jay Wright was hired, he was right around 40 years old, like right in that neighborhood. Just find a guy in that age. And that some of the names they've thrown out there, I mean, obviously – Dan Hurley never panned out, went to UConn.
But, I mean, UConn, that's a program that you play in the Big East, so I don't got to deal with those huge contenders. The worst I got to deal with is Villanova.
Well, no, UConn's in the American Conference.
Oh, that's the American. Whoops, take that off me.
Even a little lower down the ladder.
This is just me being sad the Big East is not the Big East anymore.
We all miss it.
But the point being, but you're right, they don't got to play those big dogs, and you're at a program like UConn that will get recognition. I'm sorry, I would take them over Pitt too, and I'm a Pitt alum.
Yeah, and he has the ties to the Northeast. I mean, it made sense in a lot of ways. It just, from the Pitt perspective of it, you're disappointed because it's a guy they wanted, but he's in his mid-40s. The name that keeps popping up now, Buffalo coach Nate Oates, who was a Bobby Hurley assistant at Buffalo and ended up taking the head coaching job there when Bobby went to Arizona State. I mean, that's the kind of guy. He's in that age range that Jay Wright was when he got hired at Villanova, from Hofstra, which, school in the Colonial, which is, a good mid-major league, actually probably a little above what the MAC is. But, we're talking about that's the kind of hire. If you want to say, why can't Pitt find a coach like Jay Wright? Well, it's going to take a little research like that to find that guy in that age group that could be there as a long-haul kind of guy.
And also the guy that wants to do that, because say you're at a school like Buffalo and you just got your team to the tournament and you got them that big win. Why would I want to leave this place where I am safe right now to go to a program that is really on a really bad situation? I'd have to rebuild it entirely. There's no guarantee that I would do that extremely well. Pitt's not a basketball school. And it's not one of those schools that I'd be rebuilding, say Villanova or Kansas. If one of those programs was in the dumps. Pitt is a school where if you rebuilt it, you might get a look like Ben Howland and go on to a UCLA. But it's like, do I really need to take that chance right now? I just think that's weighing on a lot of people's heads, especially when Kevin Stallings was brought in here and went out in 2 years, and they're even worse than when he started. So I feel the anxiety of coaches when they're looking at this situation, especially when they got one. If you're looking at these teams that just made the tournaments, like Rhode Island's guy, maybe he would have taken it for the money, but at the same time, he's like, I just got my guys in the tournament and we got a big win and put them on a national stage. I did more with my small school that you've been doing with your big school. Why do I need to change that until I get a better offer from a school that I don't gotta put my neck out on the line? Because say that coach leaves that small school, comes to Pitt and fails, then you're in a situation where then people are doubting your pedigree, and I think that has to weigh on the back of someone's mind.
Yeah, it does, but. In the end, a lot of coaches are just as competitive as the players when you talk about They want to win. They want to compete. They want to prove themselves. And so I think it's not going to be quite as hard to find somebody who's willing to take a chance, because at Pitt, the things you have going for you, playing in the ACC,
true,
good, strong facilities,
yep.
Not like, there are still some schools in the major conferences that have facilities dating to the 60s and 70s, which, Pitt has done a lot to upgrade that. There are a lot of pluses to the Pitt job,
and they will get televised if they can be competitive.
And even when they're not, they're getting a lot of games on TV just because it is the ACC.
We just don't watch them.
But yeah, it's tough, So to just bring it all back full circle, the original question, that next Jay Wright might be out there, but that's why this coaching search is taking so long, and they're not just splashing money at every big name or any big name that comes out there. Although, there was the interview with Tom Crean, or the contact with Tom Crean. I know it wasn't an interview, but he quickly went for the SEC job at Georgia. But Pitt, I think, is they need to move quickly in order to give the coach time to prepare the team and assemble it for the next year. But they also need to do their due diligence.
Right,
I think is the big word there. They need to make sure that they don't make another Stallings hire. And to Heather Lyke's credit, this is her first hire, so give her the benefit of the doubt that she's going to try and go about this the right way.
Certainly will. Heather Lyke deserves that chance. But give us a chance, because we'll be right back talking some Steelers football on the Miller Lite Q&A podcast.
It's time to cash in on nonstop sports action with MyBookie.ag. They have in-game live betting on nearly every sporting event, plus MyBookie.ag will match your deposit with a bonus up to 100%. With decades of expertise and no-hassle payouts, you'll experience the greatest customer service in the business, guaranteed. Use promo code DKRadio to activate your bonus of up to 100%. Call 844-900-BETS or visit MyBookie.ag to open an account. Sign up today.
Miller Lite is the original light beer, and we'll always brew it to have more taste, with only 96 calories and 3.2 carbs. Because we believe that if you compromise on taste, you can taste the compromise. Miller Lite. Hold true.
Great beer, great responsibility. 2018 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Average analysis, 12 fluid ounces. Less than 1 gram protein, 0 grams fat.
What I want from my public accounting firm is big ideas.
But I don't want to lose the personal attention.
My company needs global capabilities.
From a firm with local ownership.
And I want to work with industry experts.
Who take the time to understand my unique challenges. And that's what sets Schneider Downs apart. Expertise for the most complex business issues. With the service you need every day. To learn how our big thinking with a personal focus can help your company, visit schneiderdowns.com.
If you're one of the thousands of Western Pennsylvanians who love to get outdoors, then you need to check out this amazing new website, stepoutside.org. Hi, I'm Dan Kovacevic of DK Sports Radio. I'm born and raised in Pittsburgh. I know about the outdoor life that's available to all of us in Western Pennsylvania. Learn where, when, and how you can go camping, hiking, hunting, take part in power sports, shooting sports, water sports in your local community, across our region, across the country at stepoutside.org.
In Pittsburgh, we bleed black and gold and love our city. Born in Pittsburgh and now celebrating 130 years in business, Henny Jewelers is proud to be your premier jewelry store. Whether it's choosing that watch you've always wanted or you're searching for the ring that was made for her, trust Henny Jewelers. Visit our store on Walnut Street in Shadyside to see our extensive inventory of designer engagement rings, watches, and one-of-a-kind jewelry. For more, go to hennyjewelers.com and follow on social.
Embarrassed by that stained carpet in your office? Tired of looking at your dull, dirty floor? My Floor Needs is here to fix that. With years of experience and 24/7 service, My Floor Needs offers stripping and waxing, carpet, tile, grout, and concrete cleaning, as well as polishing and buffing services. Call 888-67-MY-FLOOR or email info@myfloorneeds.com for a free estimate and get your floors looking like new again. Whatever your floor needs, call 888-67-MY-FLOOR.
Does your company ever miss its sales goals or struggle getting new business?
Is it tough to hire or to give reps the right tools?
Hi, I'm Dan, and I started Engaged Prospect right here in Pittsburgh to help companies like yours.
And I'm Sam. We're helping companies hit sales goals and grow their businesses.
Think of us as your inside sales team.
Our clients are experts in their fields. We're experts in inside sales.
Give us a call today at 412-715-5151.
Or visit us online at engagedprospect.com/DK.
It's been 50 years since the Summer of Love, but if you're not performing as well as you'd like, check out NEDforless.com. I'm Eric Cushy of Curtis Pharmacy. Don't pay premium prices for the little blue pill. So Denafil, the same active ingredient as in Viagra, costs 80% less. NEDforless.com. All we need is your physician's name. We do the rest. Free shipping, too. NDDforless.com. Curtis Pharmacy, Western PA's Better Way Pharmacy. CurtisPharmacy.com.
Welcome back to DK Sports Radio. You're listening to the Miller Lite Q&A podcast. Chris Carter here with Matt Grubba. Matt, let's crack open another question. What we got today?
All right. Well, this one we're heading into your wheelhouse here. It is BB Love 83 providing the question.
Okay.
And he asks, what are your thoughts on some local analysts that say Sutton, meaning Steeler safety Cam Sutton, would be a better free safety than Davis, meaning, of course, Sean Davis? I thought it was poor analysis and believe Davis will continue to get better. So how do you weigh that, Sutton versus Davis at free safety?
Well, don't get me started. But in all seriousness, Cam Sutton is a cornerback by trade that looks like he can play anywhere in the secondary. He showed that at Tennessee. He's a tackler. He knows how to play zone. He knows how to play man. That's why people are talking about he could move to free safety. Now, with the talk of Morgan Burnett playing strong safety, everyone's saying, well, now you don't really need that because you can bump Davis back to the free safety position. And I think BB Love, you're right on point with your question as far as saying, this seems like a big reach by people who are saying this. I think a lot of people are just plugging and playing and just like saying, oh, this would be really nice if Cam Sutton would be better than Sean Davis at free safety. But the fact of the matter is, Matt, Sean Davis is a safety by trade. He's been trained to be out there. He's big. He's tall. I think he's faster than Sutton. What Sutton has are the natural instincts of a cover corner that can play the slot and outside the numbers and sit back in those intermediate zones and jump them. Now, the thing is, the Steelers, when you're talking about a free safety, you're not playing those intermediate zones anymore. You're playing deep. You're playing way back. You're the last line of defense. You're the guy that recovers for if the cornerback slips up and gives up his man. Sean Davis is definitely more of that type of a safety, at least right now, than Cam Sutton is of a corner. Sutton has good recovery speed. I've seen this man get beat, get back up on his feet, and make a play on the ball. And he knows how to run with someone in their hip pocket. But I've seen Sean Davis fool quarterbacks from playing deep fourths and coming down and playing an intermediate in a cover three. I don't know if Sutton has that kind of range with his speed and athleticism to be that effective.
Yeah, and coming out of college, Davis was a guy, when he came out of Maryland, had played both safety spots in college. So he has that experience back there, which is why, like you said, free safety, you're basically, depending on the coverage, in a cover three, you're just a center fielder, basically. Yeah. You are, that guy, and you have to be able to read the play as it develops, read the quarterback, read the routes. It takes time and experience, and so to say Sutton could just drop back there and be better at it than him, I think – it's certainly a testament to Sutton's athleticism that people would think that.
Yeah.
But I don't think just as a plug-and-play thing, we're not talking about Madden figures where where you just plug in a guy with a similar overall.
He
into
has
the
92
back.
speed. Yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah.
No, that's not what this is like. And I think if you look throughout NFL history, that doesn't, so there's sometimes at work, people of course are going to be like, well, what about the Patriots? And they're going to say, look at Pat Chung, he's playing. Listen. Just because it works somewhere with some guy does not mean it works everywhere with every guy. I think Cam Sutton is worth the look of being that extra safety on the field. I think he will be that in those sub packages for the Steelers in 2018 and maybe moving forward. But when you're talking about a pure safety, the beauty of having Sean Davis and Morgan Burnett is that both can play either in the box or deep back and help as that deep free safety. Preferably you'd want Davis to be that free safety because he's faster and younger. But with both of their sizes, they can challenge tight ends, they can play in the slot, they can help against the run, they can be the extra linebacker, as well as they can be smart enough to make those plays deep back there. And I think it may not be Sutton's athleticism. It may be his pedigree of a football IQ guy that they have saying he could play free safety because he could make that a mental adjustment and he won't leave open lapses in the defense. And maybe so, but the thing is, I think the Steelers need an X factor at the safety position, a guy that can be a ball hawk and chase them down. I think Sutton can be a ball hawk in his own zone. I'm not sure that free safety is just automatically a place you just drop him in and he's gonna be like, oh, I can chase this ball down, I can force this here. No, when I see Sutton get most of his success in college and in his limited time with the Steelers, it's when he's able to drop back into like a flat or drop into a intermediate zone, and he's able to comfortably understand, okay, this is the formation I'm facing, this is the route I'm facing. I'm going to run with this route, but my eyes are on the quarterback, and I'm not going to sell out with his eyes. I'm going to wait till I see him start to commit. And I've seen him so many times. I covered this on Carter's Classroom, being able to run with that short out route and then see the quarterback go over top, and he drops right back, and he says, I'm taking that corner route away too. That's where I think Sutton's instincts and football IQ will come into place. And when you make him play that deep third, that's a whole extra calculation to be made, and we don't know what that calculation is like. We do know what Sean Davis is like back there.
Yeah, and you look at the reason people are saying these things, and you look at guys who have successfully transitioned from corner to safety in their career. A lot of them are just really great football players to begin with. You think of Rod Woodson going to play safety in Baltimore, and just it's to say a guy, especially a second-year guy in the NFL, is going to be able to make that seamlessly. Just to sort of bring it all back around to the original question. Yeah. Our thoughts on local analysts saying that. I personally, and it sounds like you're on the same page with me, think that's pretty much just finding
That's a reaching foul.
It's a topic to talk about.
Yeah, exactly. It's something.
It's March football.
Right. Exactly. It's March football. We had nothing else to do until the NFL draft comes along, so we're just going to throw a bunch of topics out there. But I do say, tweet, reaching foul on you, sir. 1-1, please. You're in the bonus. But Matt, thanks for joining me on the show today, man.
Oh, good to be in here.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thank you for the questions, Florida Steeler and BB Love 83. Stay tuned to DK Sports Radio. We got a lot of great content coming up this week. For Matt Grubba and Chris Carter, signing out.